Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 808. And I got to be honest with you. I got to thank for bank wrap penny rolls. And they intrigue me because there's really, if you think about it, right? And I'm talking about the ones that are not all the same year, bank wrap customer deposited bank. I guess that would be the better way of putting it, describe it, I guess is what I should have said. It's a better way to describe it. Bank wrapped customer deposited. Yo, man, this is what I'm saying. And I got these in 2026. I just did one yesterday, okay? From the $15 bag of bag. Yeah, it wasn't a bag, I guess. The $15 bag of penny rolls I got from the bank a couple days ago. Now, no, it was yesterday. It wasn't a couple days ago. It was yesterday. I did it as soon as I got home. I couldn't wait. And there's a wheat cent. Do you see that? This is what I'm saying. I never get wheat cents. I never get wheat cents anymore. I mean, I think I get like one every 30 rolls, so that would be like maybe two a box. That is sad, but maybe that'll change now with the bank wrap rolls. Yeah, I mean, I got something for them. I mean, I don't think. Oh, this is a nice shine. So our first coin is a shiny shield, and our second coin looks like it's going to be a shiny shield also. So, all right, I'll let you in on a little secret. My wife is watching this show. She might laugh or whatever, get angry at me. No white AM, but she's the one who kind of, monitors me, and when she sees me going a little crazy in one direction, she'll say, "Hey, you know, you're doing the," and she'll try to be nice about it because she knows I'll get defensive, like a big baby. She'll treat me with like a child in a sense, or she'll treat me with kid gloves, not like a child necessarily, but she'll treat me with kid gloves. Cop pain number one, we got a cop pain. and and look at this, 2 wheat cents. All right, let me take the other one out. We're leaving that for the end of the video. Leaving that for the end of the video. Wow, man. Bam, 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 bam. That 5 looks like it's got a little separation on. You see that on the left? All right, we'll have to check the letters for extra thickness later. That's a beauty, man. That is a beauty. That's the one we found. That's the one for the end of the video, unless we find another one. So crazy, man. So, I mean, pennies are still affordable. There are so many things that I started buying. Oh, it's messing up the. It's messing up the. I'll put it over here. Is this another? It's messing up the focus. 97 has double dice also. Look at the front of his face. Look at the chin. In the nose, yeah. I'm not sure. Could be. It looks more like mechanical doubling. For some reason, a lot of the coins that have true double dies also have true like mechanical doubling coins, and that'll really, for some reason, that's what I can say. 92, we look for the close AM, no close AM. We got a couple messed up ones here too. I'll throw these out unless they are copper. Make sure I'll still hold it if it's a wide AM, which it's not. We found that 98 wide AM the other day. 95, we have to check for the double die. Now I'm starting to add the 95 has been so. All right, so I don't want to. Maybe I'll write that down on a sticky. That'll be maybe for the next video. My progression in. Wow, I don't have. I'll just write it on something. I don't know. I can't believe I don't keep like sticky notes. Should be like everywhere. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I'm gonna have to get a little plastic box for sticky notes because for some reason I never can find them, and I know I got like 3 pads on my desk. So my progression on the channel regarding addition of coin errors, example wide AM and the 1995. Okay. All right. So I took care of that because I'll forget if I don't write it down. Because I really want to stay with this whole thing with my wife and no double die. If I start eating too much, to say, hey, you're not eating at night again, are you? And I'm like, why? I like being fat, Then I say, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, maybe you should stop. You got to be careful with eating at night. You're starting to do that again. And right in the past couple of weeks, maybe even month or so since they stopped making the penny, I've been on this. It's still $75. You know, so I must have bought at least 12 or 13 of them at this point. So I spent almost as much in the past 2 or 3 months on because I remember I'm paying triple, right? The $25 I've been paying 75. So I spent almost as much in the past couple months that I spent in the past 2.5 years. 1969 Denver. Oh, it's got the floating roof. That I spent in the past 2.5 years ish, whatever it is, going on 3 years total. No extra V, but it's a nice 2023. I'll hold on to that. Cop pain number 4, man. I'm telling you, this thing is chock full of copper. So I spent more money in the past several months than I have in the past several years. Oh, just not more, but almost getting there, right? I spent about 1,000, and I got about. I think I spent about 1,200 in the past, and she's like, she's noticing it. You know what I mean? Because I keep talking about these boxes of pennies. Because I tell her what I do. You know what I mean? I'm not hiding nothing from her. But she's like, you're spending a lot of money on these pennies, And we got a nice. Yeah, I found myself like defending myself. Well, they're gonna go up, and it's true, right? I mean, what I'm saying is true. But my point is, 1960, man. This is a crazy, crazy penny roll hunt. Is that I have this kind of addictive personality. That's my point. And I could just, and that's just me. That's just who I am. And I have to monitor that type of thing. And because I get really excited, especially about something I am enthusiastic about, which in this case is the pennies. I really do believe very few things have I ever invested in have I been wrong about. Okay, and I'm not saying that to be um, prideful, prideful of vanity or anything like that. I'm just saying I have a good eye for value. That's all. It's one of my gifts. One of my curses is that whole um, addictive personality style that I got type. And one of my blessings is I have an eye for value. I bought Nvidia at $5 a share. Okay. Yep. I sold it not too long after that because of my addictive personality. But I bought 5,000. I bought 1,000 shares of Nvidia in uh in 2005. I could do the whole thing and go online right now. Look, it was about $5 a share in 2005. I also bought eBay was about $5 a share in 2005. I remember buying uh 5,000 1,000 shares of $5. I did a refinance and I on the house that I had, and anyway, I would have been a millionaire just from those five multi-millionaire from those five stock investments in 2005. But again, because of and she's been around for, my wife has been around for all that, so she knows how, wacko I can be about stuff. But the pennies, I really, really, I think this is the tip of the iceberg. Okay, that's my honest feeling about it. I think $75 a box is going to be for an unopened, sealed box of bank wrapped pennies. I think in 5 or 10 years, they're going to be like $300 a piece. In 10 years, they'll be like $300 a piece. In 5 years, they'll probably be like 200. And honestly, some of them are already selling for 120. So really, we're not that far away. And this year, remember, this 2026, they still made pennies, right? And I think that's part of the thing that I'm worried about. That's a nice shield. Got a bunch of shiny shields. That's part of the thing that I'm worried about, to be frank with you, is that in 2027, they have not announced that they are stopped using pennies yet. This is like a whole drawn out, delayed process. You know what I'm saying? And man, that is copper paint number 7. Well, with the wheat cent, is this one copper also? That's the wheat. Oh, and the 60, we got 8 copper pennies so far, and then there's the one down there. 8, 6, 6, no, 7, 8. We got 9, man. What a tremendous, tremendous penny run. 89. That's the Flare G, just to always remember. It's always good to look at the 89 as a reference for what you're looking for in the 88. Look at this one. It looks like it has polishing lines on the bottom. Probably has a die clash somewhere. So I really believe that. And I think because of the Nvidia, the eBay, because of the stocks, because of some of the bad moves I made when I was younger, there's this thing in me that I don't want to miss out on anything. So because I don't want to miss out on anything, I spend more than I should. I'll move money around. I'll do some, I don't want to call it harebrained, because I mean, if I sell silver at $80, right? For example, okay, silver goes up to 100. Okay, it jumps up 25%, right? 25% of 80 is 20. 20 and 80 is 100, even though 20 is only 20% of 100 is 25% of 80. Okay, so it jumps up 25%. But I take that, whatever I sold the silver for, and I buy pennies. Okay, silver goes up to 120. So it jumps up 50% from when I sold it, right? It goes up to 120. That's $40. $40 is 50% of 80. But then I buy the pennies at 75. And in the same time that silver goes to 120, the pennies go to 300, right? So I lost 50. And that's how investing works. That's how moving money around with investing works. Now the pennies are worth three. If in this scenario, right? If I'm correct, the pennies become worth 300 at the same time that the silver becomes worth 120. Well, I made 4x, right? I made 300% more profit, which is 4x, right? 4 times 75 is 375. So that's how my brain works, and it's always working like that on overdrive, right? How can I take something that's a slow mover into something that's a fast mover? Then let's say I sell the pennies, right? The pennies are worth $300 a box. And I sell 3 of those for 300, and I take that and I buy something else that I think that's going to go up. Like let's say there's a new basketball guy. And I'm like, yo, this kid is going to forget about it. Let me tell you something. Go look at the Wimbayamas, okay? Look at the Wimbayama rookies. Wimbayama, there's a cup. Wimbayama, I believe, is the truth. Okay, and I'm going off on a little tangent, but his cards right now are friggin' ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a sip. Let me take coffee to drink some coffee to calm down. Yeah. Oh, I didn't take my vitaminas this morning. So I think this kid is the truth, bro. He is way, way better than Yao Ming ever was. I mean, Yao Ming would be like, I don't want to say trash next to him, because Yao Ming was good, but nothing. Yao Ming did not have the handle that Wimbayama has. Yao Ming did not have the jump shot. Not the I shouldn't say the jump. He had the in the post jump shot. He didn't have the mid range jump shot. He definitely didn't have the 3 ball that Wimbayama. This kid is the truth, man. If he can make it, I don't even care about, when I say I don't care about his health, I should do a separate video on this. Not that I don't care about his health, because like as long they could rest him, like now in the NBA you can rest people. So if they rest him whenever they want, and he can stay for like 12 years. I don't think he's gonna last more than 12 years. I gotta be honest. I don't think he might not last more than 10 years, even with all the resting. But if they rest him where he just comes out for half of a game for like 60 games, and then he plays at 75%, 60, 75% during the conferences and the final and the championship, this kid's gonna win 2 or 3 or 4. He's gonna go to like the NBA finals, and definitely the Western Conference final. Taking my vitamins a bunch of times. Like he's gonna be there all the time, and he has that, like he has that Jordan thing about him that he wants to win. You see how pissed he gets when he loses. He's hard on himself. I mean, that's the sign of a champion, man. Everyone else is like, yeah, whatever, crying. He's like, nah, man, I want to kill you, in the game sport. So already, and people, and including me, I was not liking this kid when he first came into the NBA. I didn't like him. I thought he was too fragile. He didn't have the game that he developed over the past couple. Like he really, I thought that was his ceiling, right? Well, let me tell you something. Remember, a numbered card is a card that has a serial number on it, and his regular rookie cards are going for $30, $40. His base rookie cards, and like his base prisms and base hollow cards are going for $30, $40. If they're graded, 10s, they're like, I don't even know what they are. I think they're like $100, $150, which is like LeBron James-esque type stuff, you know. And his rookie serial number cards are like in the hundreds now. And I bought a few. I got a couple of them, or maybe a few. I mean, I should have invested so hard into his serial numbered rookie cards 2 years ago. I would forget I'd be a millionaire, right? I mean, I screwed up. I mean, this is stuff that I understand, that I have a grasp of. So I did pick up some, and I picked up a bunch of his hollows. Yeah, the hollow, but really, I feel like I didn't go deep enough. But how much money can I spend and set on so many different things? And that's where I get screwed up. You know what I mean? You know, I can't spend 5,000 on this. I mean, I don't got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? That is copper paint number 10. Let's make it 11. Yeah, but if you can see somebody like who's in and even this other dude, I forgot his name, that he's on the is he on the he's on the Hornets? Does he, I guess he plays with LaMelo. This kid is dope. Or is he the Hornets, or is he, I forgot what team he's on. He's great. His rookie cards already big cheese, right? And I'm like, you know, you got to try to catch him before that. So anyway, I feel that way about the pennies, at least to go to 3, 4, 5, 6x. And I just want to know. Oh, we even got a 2017 P. What a tremendous penny roll hunt this was. I just want to know that, you know, I did everything I could to get as much as I could while I could, while the price was still set. And remember, these rolls that I'm hunting right now, these rolls that I'm hunting, I got for 50 cents, right? Because I got them from the bank still. So I'm still wheeling and dealing. I told a little story about it yesterday. Another 69 Denver. I should put this with the other one. This one has no floating roof though. Where's the other 69? We got two 68s. Just the floating roof. That's the 76, 72, 70. We got two 72s. It's got to be here somewhere. That's the 16. And they're both Denvers, right? They're both 69 Denvers. So we got some doubles here too. It's just so crazy. And that's what we started the channel off with. The video this today off with was the true randomness. That's the word I was looking for. The true randomness of bank wrap penny rolls. You never, I mean, 2 wheat cents in a bank wrapped in 2026. I wasn't finding 2 wheat cents in bank wraps in 2023. It's what makes this whole hobby so much fun. You never know what you're gonna get. And let's see what this is. Like, is this a 1955 double die? Of course it's not, but who knows? You know, is this a 1940s? It's in beautiful. Look at all. This is our last paint. Look at all the detail on the wheat reefs. I think it's a 50s. If it's a 40s, I'd be surprised. If it was a 30, I highly doubt it's a 30s. It would be in tremendous condition for 30s. I think it's a 50s. High 40s is possible. Low 40, 41. What? I got to look at this under the loop. What a tremendous, tremendous coin and condition. The detail on this is tremendous. I can't believe this is a 41. I don't see any doubling. So what I do, if you didn't ask me, but you might be thinking, well, what do you do with your wheat cents? I have a jar on the floor by the desk, and I throw them in the jar. I did a video 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago where we went through the jar and we looked for double dies and stuff like that, and I went through everything that's in the jar. So I know the jar is already searched at least once, if not twice. And I think I spent like 3 or 4 days going through the jar of wheat cents. And that's where I put them in. And I guess my goal is to fill the jar. I saw yesterday someone selling wheat cent rolls. And what did it sell for? I think it was two wheat cent rolls for $25 plus shipping. Shipping was $6. So it was $31 for two wheat cent rolls searched. Right? Because if they tell you what dates are there, then obviously it's searched, right? So they said something like 1925 to 1958. And that's probably what I'll do one day. I mean, that jar is pretty big. It's about 3/4 full. I can show you right now the jar since I'm talking about it. So it's not. It might look short from that distance, but it's not short. It's about 8 or 9 inches tall. So it's got to be a couple hundred pennies that fit in there. More than that. More than that. It's got to be how many rolls do I think fit in there? 10, 20, about 25 rolls. 25 times 50. So about, well, anyway, 25 rolls. It might maybe more than 25, maybe 30. So it's 1,250. But even at 30, and I mean, if they sell, I mean, that's pretty crazy, man, that circulated wheat cent rolls are selling. And again, this is the stuff that I think about. They're selling for $12. What are they going to sell for when they stop making pennies? Right? What are they going to stop for? What are they going to sell for when they stop making pennies? Are they going to sell for $15, $20, $25? You don't know. But if you don't got them, and you brought them to the bank, or you sold them for $1 a piece because they were selling for $1 a piece 5 years ago, you're screwed. You know, then you're done. Then you're gonna regret it. You're gonna have regrets. I mean, if you're into coins or into selling coins and you sold them and they go up 15x in 6, 7 years, that's like, why don't you hold on to them? So that's what I think about. And and I'm trying to calculate and not go too crazy into debt and everything like that for pennies, but I really believe that the penny is going to go up next in 2027 when they stop produce when that's it. And the moment, so next year they're not producing any more pennies, right? 2026 is the last year they're making the ceremonial penny. 2020, are they going to stop using 20 pennies in 2027? Oh, I think so. I think at some point in 2027 they're going to say, you banks, you can go to the bank and drop off your pennies for them to send it to the Federal Reserve to get destroyed. And I think that's what's going to happen for a year or two. Like, banks will take pennies, but will not it won't be considered currency anymore. So you'll be able to drop off your pennies and get your account added pennies to your account, like money. But if you say, do you have pennies? I say, no, I'm sorry, there's no penny anymore. This is for destruction. And you say, oh, can I have them? They'll say, I'm sorry, it's for this. It's the law. It's the law now. They're dying to say that. They're dying to say, we can't give you any more. The tellers don't even, how much, if there's one less person that comes in and bothers a teller, they are so happy about that. You know what I'm saying? and and that's it. And I just don't want to be caught with my pants down. That's all. I want to pray that the Lord is pointing me in the right direction with all these pennies. And that if I think now I have like 60 boxes of pennies, or 60 or 62, something like that, because a bunch of them are still coming in, and 63. And that's it. I just want to be like, oh man, I'm so happy. I mean, I want it for once in my life. Not for once, but I like that feeling where I go, oh, I made the right decision. I'm happy, I don't know, and I have the little figure of Christ there, and following Christ was one of those best decisions I ever made, was to follow Christ. You know, it's like, do you want to go down or do you want to go up? A lot of people, they trade their soul to go down. They're like, whatever, for whatever reason. There's such bad reasons that you only know it in hindsight. But while you're enjoying the moment, you think that you're doing, you're willing to sell your soul, and so I like to make good decisions. That's all. And pennies are something that were overlooked forever. People threw them on the floor in the garbage, and when I was a kid, I searched for pennies to buy candy. Probably one of the things has to do with my weight issues, a difficulty was, and I'm not going to blame anybody on it. Of course, everything that happens to you as a child, it's your parents' fault. So that's number one. So I was always hungry, and and the only thing you could buy for 5 cents was a piece of candy. So if I found 15 cents in pennies, I would buy 3 pieces of candy, you know. So whatever. But that's, I guess, part of my obsession with pennies goes back to my early childhood, and there's something super nostalgic about pennies to me. So I don't know, but this is part of the mystery of psychology, and working through things in life. And who knows, maybe this whole hobby of mine helps me work through some of my childhood trauma. So, and of course, Christ is always there for me. That's our true. Some people call me brother, but he's our true father, and he's the one that never lets us down. And anyway, long video. If I get something in my brain, I will continue to talk about it, right? If you don't want to hear it, you just click out. And if you're a true fan of the channel, then you'll listen to me. You'll click like and subscribe, and consider becoming a member to support the channel. Really, I mean, if I really had to be honest, I haven't paid for not one of my penny boxes. And I didn't even say that to my wife. I didn't even think, man, that was a good one. If my wife's watching this, she's gonna laugh. I should have said that to her. Honey, I didn't pay for these pennies. My members bought the pennies to support the channel. I didn't say that to her. Anyway, that would have just been me acting like an addict anyway. So I'm glad I didn't say it. But the truth of the matter is, if you wanna look at my membership, I make about $200 a month, 170, 150, and probably over the course of the past couple of years, that's $4,000. And the between the phones and the gas and everything, my membership fees have covered every single aspect of this channel. So thank you to my members. They have covered every single aspect of this channel, everything, this whole channel. And I think about prayer and the Lord and how he heals us in mysterious ways. And the truth of the matter is, nothing that I've shown ever on this channel has cost me one single penny. My membership and subscribers, not my members, have covered the combination of my members and my subscribers in the videos have paid for every single aspect. I have not pulled out one penny for anything on this channel, and that's the truth. That's me being honest, and I'm super grateful for it. And look, anyway, thank you. God bless. This is episode 808, and I will see you at episode 809. And don't forget, Jesus loves you.